welcome to another episode of I Demand a Homestead. My name is Amanda, and today what we're going to be talking about is Jerusalem artichokes. If you've never heard, or they're actually also called sunchokes as well. If you've never heard of them, they're kind of like a tuber. You can use them kind of wherever you would use a potato. They're a little bit less starchy, and they kind of also can be used raw like water chestnuts. So they're actually a really versatile and great thing to grow in your garden and on your homestead. The other cool thing about them is they're a perennial, which means that they will come back year after year. All right. So what we're going to do, it's actually late fall here in Ontario in Canada. And this is the right time for us to be harvesting our Jerusalem artichokes. But if we go back in time, we're going to talk a little bit about kind of how you kind of manage these artichoke plants. So if you see here, you can see that my artichoke plants are super tall, and they will actually keep growing and get bigger and bigger and bigger, and they will have like a yellow, almost like a coreopsis flower on top of them. Now, I don't want them to bloom like that because then they don't put as much energy down into the tubers. So what I actually will do is kind of around midsummer, I will go ahead and cut off the tops of those artichoke plants. And then what I'm going to do at that point is I'm just going to kind of put them in my composter, or I'm going to give them to my chickens, which is probably what I actually did. And then I'm just going to continue to let them grow. So now it is after a couple of frosts, and the temperature is consistently getting down into the freezing temperatures at night. This is actually the right time for us to harvest these artichokes, because that's when those starches will kind of turn more into sugars and it will be sweeter. So the first thing I'm going to do is just kind of trim down all these dead stalks. Okay, so now I've left some sticks here just so I can kind of see where the plants are or were, and that's where we're going to dig. And just like that, you can see we start to pull up these tubers, and those are Jerusalem artichokes. All right, and we're just going to keep digging and pulling them up. So some of them are going to be super tiny, okay, like this one. And what I'm going to do with those that are really too small to eat, I'm just going to kind of plant them back down about 2 inches down, and they will overwinter in the soil and they will come back again. And that way you're always going to have more Jerusalem artichokes. You're never going to be able to dig out all of them anyway, so don't worry about it. But if you've got a few that are small, just put them back in. So you can see now, because I've washed a couple of these off, what they kind of look like. All right, they're pretty weird looking. They're kind of lobed, and that's what they are. Okay, but again, you can use these exactly like a potato, and they'll keep coming back every year. The only thing you really kind of need to do is make sure they have enough sunlight, enough water, and then to fertilize them as well kind of every spring, so that way they're going to have enough energy to keep producing for you, and you're going to get these beautiful Jerusalem artichokes. They can be really prolific. In fact, they can be invasive, so be careful about where you put them to make sure they're going to be contained. What I did is I dug down and I put some kind of metal flashing all the way around, or you could use bricks or something like that, just to kind of keep them contained so they don't go crazy, or put them kind of in the middle of your lawn, and that way they really can't go anywhere. But they're a wonderful addition to the homestead. All right, everybody. So another great thing to think about, Jerusalem artichokes. Okay, so if you enjoyed this episode, please feel free to press the subscribe button as well as the notification bell so you never miss another one of my videos. And I hope you're having a great day, and take care. Bye-bye.